The notion that we're not alone feels good to be blinded by the beat. I won't stop until he steps on my feet. Eyes in the dark, always watching. Eyes in the dark, always watching. Madness created by the night, passion jaded by the fright. I got the feeling someone else is in the room, like a shadow cast by the moon. Eyes in the dark, always watching. Whoa, 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 whoa. Eyes in the dark, there's always watching.
Thank you for listening to my daddy's podcast. Please subscribe to our channel.
All I gotta say is, who that?
Do it, baby, stick it, baby. Do it, baby, stick it, baby. What's going on, Who That Nation? It is yours truly, TimothyJJones. And yes, I am the host of the State of the Saints podcast. Thank you so much for checking out the State of the Saints podcast, where we talk New Orleans Saints. Really do appreciate your time. Hope everybody had a really good Wednesday, where as live can be on this Wednesday night. And shouts out to everybody in the chat as they start to file in. And if you are listening on any social media platform, thank you very much. But I want to give a special shout out to the new viewers on Twitch. State of Saints podcast have went over to Twitch, man, which has been a long time coming. So shouts out to everybody over there. You can follow me if you are on Twitch at State of the Saints. And on this edition, we're going to be talking about Saints second round quarterback Tyler Shough and him turning heads at these OTAs, man. Everybody's been talking about Tyler Shough over the last 24 hours and watching the arm talent, watching the arm strength, etc., etc.
When I seen him throw that ball, I was like, oh my God.
When I seen him throw that ball. One more time, man.
When I seen him throw that ball, I was like, oh my God.
Why he sound like that, man?
When I seen him throw that ball, I was like, oh my God.
Anyway, man, everybody's been talking about this throw by Tyler. They got the thrilling music behind it. Look at this. And yes, that was a dime breezy. That indeed was a dime breezy, man. That was a really good throw. Got it over the hands of Demario Davis to the back of the end zone to Juwan Johnson. I'm sorry, I got to hit.
When I seen him throw that ball, I was like, oh my God.
All right, that's it. All right. But we got to keep that in the archives, man. We got to keep in the archives. But everybody's been talking about that throw by Tyler Shough, and it has gotten members of the Who That Nation excited about Tyler Shough, man. Who would have thought, man, a guy who plays quarterback can actually throw the football. Look, I get it, man. There was a lot of question marks surrounding Tyler Shough as the quarterback. Can he throw the football? When I seen him throw that ball, Everybody was talking about, is he good enough? I mean, but this is the type of stuff. I mean, it was only one throw, but this is the type of stuff that is going to get people on board with Tyler Shough. This is what I've been talking about to you for the last couple of weeks. Yes, he's saying all the right things, doing all the right things, went to the right restaurant, playing the right artist that has Louisiana ties like Boosie and Wayne, all these different things to try to ingratiate himself in New Orleans culture that will help him. But the biggest thing that will help Tyler Shough is him throwing that football and the way that he threw it in the back of the end zone. Now, I must say that this is not a make or break it, in my opinion. But I must also say that some of y'all need to pump your freaking brakes about criticizing Spencer Rattler on a throw to Chris Olave. Like, give me a freaking break. Well, you're out there. Did you see the throws? Like, you can't just look at one particular throw and just automatically just think that's how OTAs went. Okay, so for those that don't know what I'm talking about and is not on social media like that, I encourage you to go to the New Orleans Saints YouTube channel. They got some clips from the highlights from, training camp or OTAs. And there's a throw by Spencer Rattler that's a little bit high. And Chris Olave has to reach out with one hand, basically bring it down. Everybody talking about, oh, that's a concussion ball. You're gonna get him hurt again. Like, how many passes did you see him throw? So you basically just decided on one particular pass. And that's just the deciding factor on it. Like, give me a freaking break, man. Where were you when this dude was going 8 for 8? Everybody was talking about it, right? I mean, sometimes you're going to throw those passes a little bit high, and it's unfortunate, but to say that, oh, man, he still ain't accurate, he still ain't this, he still ain't that, and you just completely negate the reports that are saying that he has improved from year one to year two, and it's pretty obvious. I've heard Matthew Parrish write about it. I've heard Nick Underhill talk about it. I heard Ross Jackson talk about it. I heard about all of these beat writers that cover the Saints talking about how this man looks completely different from last time, but that's not good enough for y'all. Y'all want the shiny new toy. I get it, man, but don't just push it. You know what I'm saying? Don't just push an agenda to try to make sure that this guy gets the job. It seems like if he's throwing the ball like this, he can get it on his own, man, because when
I seen him throw that ball, I was like, oh my God.
I mean, everybody was talking about it. So all I'm saying is, like, come on, man, let the process happen. All right. Don't try to push the issue. Some of y'all just overreacting about throws on some highlights, which tells me everything that I need to know about some of y'all fans, man. Y'all need to get y'all need to get y'all research up, man. Get your research up, please. Pretty please. All right. All these agendas and stuff. Hey, he can't throw. What you think about this, TJ? What you think about this? Look at Spencer Rattler. You seen how he threw that ball to Chris Olave? No, I didn't see. I did see how he threw the ball to Chris Olave, but I also heard and seen that he threw some pretty decent passes, 8 for 8. At the last time they both had 8 passes to throw. All right. So know your football, man. Thank you, Jerry. Know your football, man. I'm so like it's so, man, the hypocrites on social media. Everybody gets on me. Oh, TJ, man, I don't really rock with TimothyJJones like that, man. That's why I don't watch his show, man. He's so negative. He's such a negative guy. He negative. Man, everything he say about the Saints, negative, man. But man, look at Chris. Man, you seen what he did to Chris Olave? Man, he gonna get Chris Olave hurt. Man, I don't even know if we got a starting quarterback. You can say it. But if I say anything that it has any merit, all of a sudden, oh, he's super hypercritical. That's what the State of the Saints podcast is all about. It's about being negative. He's just a negative guy. I don't even know if he's a real Saints fan. But you can sit up there and type about a throw on a highlight tape. Give me a freaking break. All right. This competition is in full swing. Not one throw that I've seen is going to determine that these guys are going to get the job. Now, maybe some of y'all that's been watching Disney, maybe y'all been watching The Little Giants, maybe y'all been checking out some of these other football movies like the Varsity Blues, maybe one throw and the coach will bring you to the office. Hey, son, come on in. Close the door. I got to say, I really like the throws that you were throwing today. Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Coach. I really like them. And we're going to go ahead and make you a starting quarterback. Really? Really, sir? I mean, I wasn't really. No, calm down. I want you to go out there and give us what you need. Then all of a sudden, here come the reels, right? Week 1, throwing a touchdown to the back of the end zone. Week 7, such and such leads them to the state championship. That's what y'all want to be on, right? Give me a freaking break, man. Stop watching that Disney, man. Cut it off. I know some of y'all got kids. I got Disney Plus too. I didn't watch so much, man. Disney shows to is absolutely ridiculous. But please, pretty please, get off the Disney. Get off the Disney Plus, man. Some of y'all on that Disney Plus pretty hard. I didn't watch so much. Shouts out to Lilo and Stitch. Took my son over the weekend to check that out. Man, some of y'all must have that on while you sleep. And now it's going into your subconscious. Now y'all think that this is how quarterbacks work, but they do not. It's a competition, right? You're going to see some good throws by Spencer Rattler. I'm pretty sure when it's all said and done, you're going to see some good throws by Tyler Shough that looks just like. And then I'm pretty sure when Spencer Rattler throws a pass, y'all going to be like,
when I seen him throw that ball, I was like, oh my God.
All right, let's get to I don't know why that's so funny to me. No, I don't know why that's so funny, man. I don't know why that's so funny. I guess because why does he sound like that? Is beyond. When I seen him throw that ball, he sucked the crawfish. Shough in Louisiana established 2025. Yeah, man, look, I'm excited about it. Look, if you have a competition where guys are making throws, that's all you can ask for, right? That's all you can ask. That's all you can ask for, Who Dat Nation, is for both guys to bring their absolute best, which means that they're going to bring their absolute best on the field on Sundays. And it may not always look like prime time, but at least I know these guys are taking it serious, and we're seeing some good play by both quarterbacks. That's because people only watch clips. That's it. All they watch is the clips. Highlights. This is what y'all, such and such, highlights. Don't watch the entire, like, come on, man. Highlights, I'm telling y'all, man, get away from them highlights. I ain't saying not watch them. Highlights are exciting, but don't let that be the deciding factor. Some of y'all be watching these highlights and sending me these emails, man. I'm like, come on, bro. I don't, because me personally, I watch highlights, don't get me wrong. But I watch games where dudes lose, especially like when it comes to defensive linemen, cornerbacks, etc. Those are the games I watch the most. You know why? Because in a loss, you really figure out the character of that player. Are they quitting on plays? The league insurmountable? Are they leaving a little bit out there on the field? That's the reason why I was so high on Mason Graham. The game versus Texas, he was out there, man. They was getting beat to sleep. And yet this dude was out there still, man, battling, going hard like the game was tied or something. That's when you know that you got some guys. That's when you know you got some dogs, man. Somebody that's not going to quit. That's guys that's going to end up being leaders on a football team. Miss me with the highlights. Highlights not going to tell you anything for the most part. You know, like if a guy is good and great, like a Patrick Mahomes highlight reel, it's justified because he's a great quarterback. But some of these other guys that just coming out, man, highlights, that ain't it, bro. What is your decision making in the third quarter when a game tied at 17, or in the fourth quarter, about 5 minutes left, you need to drive down the field for a go-ahead lead or set up a field goal? What is your mental makeup then? Miss me with a pad on you know what I'm saying, on a rope to decide if this guy the starting quarterback. Because that ain't the move, man. That ain't the move. I need to see these quarterbacks in preseason, what to see in a real game situation. Exactly. I want to see some real deal Holyfield going on, man. Miss me with the practice stuff. Like, you ain't getting hit. You know that in the back of your mind, so you can sit up there and thread the needle as much as you want to, right? Because, I mean, you got the red jersey on, they can't touch you. But at the end of the day, man, look, I ain't saying that you shouldn't get excited about this, but, man, I have a wait-and-see approach. Like, this is far from over. But man, that's what happens every time. But I'm Mr. Hypercritical. I'm the one that people say that is unwatchable because I'm so hypercritical about the Saints. Give me a freaking break. Come on, man. Knock it off. Bruh. That AP Peterson clip. Yeah, man, that's hilarious, man. That's definitely gonna go in the archives, man, for some throughout the season. That ain't going nowhere. I saw some of the Saints players got together to do paintball. Nice. Yeah, B. Creole. And as a matter of fact, according to everybody's favorite reporter, Jeff Duncan, this was the last time the Saints got together to partake in paintball as a team bonding activity. It was in 2006. And that was the first time the New Orleans Saints went to the NFC Championship game. I ain't saying that's going to happen, but to know that these guys are trying to build, build as a team to bond, I think that's a great thing. I also think that it's a great thing that you have Kellen Moore seems to have really ingratiated himself in that locker room. It seems like guys are really buying into what he's selling. So if they can actually get on board with Kellen Moore, if Kellen Moore can actually get the best out of these guys, and look, I don't know what 2025 New Orleans Saints football going to look like. I don't. And neither do you. But if it can be more watchable than it has been over the last 2 years when Dennis Allen, no coaching tail, head coaching tail, not defensive coaching, head coaching tail was on the sidelines, had the charisma of a wet paper bag, over there on the sidelines, just looking up at the sky like, give me a freaking break, man. It was so unwatchable watching the Saints football over the last 2 years. Like, it has been unwatchable, man. Your allegiance and love has got to be the only thing that kept you watching Saints football. I'm serious. Like, it was unwatchable. If you can make that better, you're already trending in the right direction. You already trending in the right direction. So just give us some better product on the field. AP says, you said it, I didn't. Gotta watch the play-by-play film. Yeah, man. Gotta watch that all 22. I saw some of the Saints already read that. It says Falcon fan here. But really like your podcast. Can we ship Kirk Cousins to the Who Dat Nation? Jeff, look, I appreciate you for stopping by. Shouts out to you. And I'll be on a Falcon podcast in the next couple of weeks, man. We actually just trying to come up with a time, man. Shouts out to them brothers over there. But nah, man, we good on that Kirk Cousins, man. We good on Cuz, man. Cuz is a starter somewhere. And honestly, I don't think that is over. I mean, I just finished talking Pittsburgh Steelers like 30 minutes ago, covering the Pittsburgh Steelers, talking about that. And I was just talking about their team, and man, their quarterbacks are Mason Rudolph, Skylar Thompson, and Will Howard, the rookie out of Ohio State. I'm like, man, Kirk Cousins might be on the move, especially if Aaron Rodgers don't end up going to the Steelers, which, if look, this might sound crazy to some people, but if I had a choice between Aaron Rodgers and Kirk Cousins at this point, I'm rolling with Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins started off red hot, and then all of a sudden he had that injury and kind of tucked it and hit it a little bit, and I just think that wasn't the most ideal thing. And I honestly felt like Coach Raheem Morris kind of showed levels of weakness on his part by not pulling it. He actually cost his team the division by making that bad decision. But such is life. See, hell nah, we don't want or need Kirko. Nah, we good on Kirk Cousins, but I'm pretty sure the Steelers would like him. Saints winning NFC South if the defense is decent. I don't care what anybody says. The offense gonna be nasty. I got to wait and see approach, man. I like the optimism. I really do. Ain't nothing wrong with King Guard juice. There's nothing wrong with having that level of optimism. But my guy, man, I got to see it. I got to see it to believe it. I'm sorry, man. I don't believe in this team right now. Like, they got to give us something to believe in. I don't. Like, I'm still sticking with about 5 wins until like I see something that just completely different. Like, I'm not trying to be a pessimist. I like, how everybody has pretty much bought into Kellen Moore. I like, it seems like the team is starting to like gel and try to bond, and it seems like guys are kind of starting to be themselves. You're seeing individual break out their shell. That's going to go a long way, those type of coaches that allow players to be themselves, to run free, to show their animalistic instincts, like that goes a long way. And I think that Kellen Moore is going to allow those guys to be themselves. Like, it worked in Philly, in Dallas in some cases, guys were themselves. And, in any team that I ever seen, like, that's find success, like, it always is a coach that allows those guys to be themselves. Like Pete Carroll, that has kept him with a head coaching job forever. And that's the reason why he's the Raider coach right now, because he allows guys to be themselves. And, that goes a long way. So if Kellen Moore can do that, then we got some watchable football in 2025. Usually when teams do small team building and stuff like that, that's the team usually becomes successful. Look, I think everybody, and thank you very much for the $4.99, Alfred. I think what everybody is looking for, they're just looking for nuances of change, like something that you're not used to, something that you're not like accustomed to seeing. And the things that are transpiring right now gives you optimism, because I've been lobbying for this for the last couple of months. I said the only thing that you have going for you right now, if you're a Saints fan, is that you're a Saints fan. That is what's keeping you around. That's what has kept you here over the last 2.5 years. It definitely ain't been no good football. That is what has kept you in your spot, that has kept that fleur-de-lis on your wall, fleur-de-lis on your body, when you're wearing your shirt, socks, etc. That is what kept you around. But you got to continue to keep people around. Like, man, people don't want to sit up here and waste their Sundays watching this team fumble all over themselves. And yes, I don't want to say I don't know where you stand. I anticipate the New Orleans Saints kind of figuring it out. Now, if they come out the gate, I have no problem coming back here, like changing up what I said. But as of right now, they got a team, inexperienced quarterbacks, a lot of new parts. How's it going to look? If it comes together, it starts to look promising, then, man, that's great. You find out, number one, you got yourself a really solid quarterback out of one of these gentlemen. And number two, you got yourself a really good coach in Kellen Moore. So those are some of the, like, before we get into the endless possibilities of what Saints football can look like in the future, you got to know that there is going to be a future. If Kellen Moore goes out there and the Saints look better than they did years before, like 2-3 years ago, like they start still looking like that, then I don't know about your boy. But if they look any different, like you see any nuances of change, then I think you'll be optimistic. But the team has got to give you something to be optimistic about, other than the fact that I love the New Orleans Saints and I've been a fan since 19 whatever. Why you think Shough pulled ahead? Reports say that Rattler was quarterback all 3 days last week. Why you think Shough pulled ahead? Okay. The title of this show says, has Tyler Shough taken the lead? It says, has Tyler Shough taken the lead? This is a question. It didn't say Tyler Shough taken the lead. It doesn't say that. It says has. That's a question. Has Tyler Shough taken the lead? It's not saying TJ is saying that Tyler Shough has taken the lead. I wanted to make myself very clear when I made this title for this episode. It says has. Because one throw, and I'm glad, look, and first off, praise YJ, I appreciate you for making that statement because that could easily be taken out of context. I want to make this very clear. There is, according to TJ host of the State of Saints podcast, as of right now, on this day, in the day of our Lord, May 28, 2025, this quarterback battle is still going on. There is not one throw that was made by Tyler Shough or a throw that was made by Spencer Rattler that has got anybody in the lead. The thumbnail right here that you see at the bottom of the screen on there says Tyler Shough turning heads at OTAs, turning the heads of the Who Dat Nation, because the throw has been shared countless times. So I want to make that very, very clear, because I know they got people that like to live in the comments and they misconstrue everything that I say, or they don't even watch the show. They just look at the title and just start typing, which is very, very irresponsible on their behalf. But YJ, I just want to make this very clear. There is no definitive winner as of right now. Both of these guys are battling for a spot. Want to make that very clear. I want to make that very clear. All right. I said nothing about Tyler Shough has pulled ahead. I just said, has he? Okay. Feel free to answer the question. Has he? I see that you didn't, because you saying that Spencer Rattler is still QB1 after after 3 days. All right. He was quarterback number 1 3 days last week. So I agree with you. With that being said, the competition is still underway. Rattler has the experience. Shough has the height and arm advantage. Both will make mistakes, but Rattler should be first on the field. Haener, the joke, got outplayed. Look, man, I'm not going to talk about Jake Haener like that, man. Jake Haener is just the odd man out. I believe in Jake Haener. I think that Jake Haener has a bright future in football. Probably not in a quarterback capacity, but as a coach, I think that you'll probably see Jake Haener end up being a coach somewhere if he chooses to do so. He's a smart guy. He understands offenses. Sometimes guys, sometimes you can have an individual that knows how to map out a plan, really, really smart at certain things, but just can't execute the way that you want him to. Like I use Pete Carmichael, for example. Pete Carmichael, to me, if you put Pete Carmichael in a room with a bunch of other offensive minds, I think that he'll be one of the brightest minds in the room. Now, asking him to call games like as an offensive coordinator, week in, week out, game in, game out, I don't think that's his wheelhouse. Very good consultant. Give him a title of offensive coordinator accompanied by an offensive-minded coach like he was with Sean Payton, and I think that you cooking. But when it comes to him calling the plays, I don't trust him with my cast iron skillet. I'm sorry. I don't trust him with my cast iron skillet. Why Tyler Shough arm strength is throwing a ball on other receivers like that on the field with players. I don't understand why he throw the ball just like NFL Blitz on his 64 PS1 video game like that. Well, sometimes, Jeremiah, you got to make those tight throws. I mean, college and the pros are two different things. Like you only have like a very small window to make a throw in the NFL. Like in college, I mean, that wide receiver about 10 yards open. Like you ain't getting that in the NFL. So his ability to be able to make those tight throws are going to go a long way. So name one top piece free agent or trade we need that will be a difference maker. I couldn't tell you that. I really couldn't. Look, there's some guys that can come on this team from free agency that can help, that can assist, but none of those guys are going to be leading the team in any statistical category ever. Like Keenan Allen is still out there on the street, but Keenan Allen is not going to be your 1,000-yard receiver. He's just not. He'll be a really good possession guy, big target in the middle of the field if you're not really high on Donovan Peoples-Jones, Bud Means, or Dante Pettis. But at the end of the day, it's like, this is a 33-year-old guy. And some of us, man, we're looking at those names on free agency and we're thinking about what those players used to be. Amari Cooper, like, yeah, he has a name, but is he the Amari Cooper that was with the Raiders? Was he the Amari Cooper that spent some time in Dallas? Or is he the Amari Cooper that chilled out with the Buffalo Bills and you forgot he was on the team? No disrespect to Amari Cooper, an incredible wide receiver went throughout his career. But there's a reason why these guys on the street. They up there in age. When you add, injuries and depth chart and all that kind of stuff like that, man, like these guys aren't what they used to be. And some of us fall in love with the name. We see the guy and we think about the possibility of that player, but we're looking at it from the lens of when they was out here just dominating the league. If they were still on that level, trust and believe they will still be with the teams that they were synonymous with as we watch them dominate. So nobody is going to come in and going to change the misfortunes on any side of the football for the Saints. Unless you like making a trade for a player. But with that, it's like, okay, that player is still on the team. Like, for example, shouts out to Trace, been lobbying for this for I don't know how long, but Trey Hendrickson. If the Saints was to make a trade for Trey Hendrickson, yes, that makes sense, right? Because Trey Hendrickson is in his prime right now and is a dominant defensive end. So that makes perfect sense if you was to make a trade for Trey Hendrickson to come back to the New Orleans Saints and, set the edge. You get what I'm saying? Like, that makes sense. But somebody that's 33, been in a bunch of wars, people just kind of walking into the garage sale, kicking it a little bit, saying, hey, man, how long this been around? How long you had this? Does it still work? That ain't cutting it, man. I just want y'all to be realistic about this. There is not one player in free agency that is going to come in and that is going to make the Saints better, or, going to be so dominant that you're going to be believing in him week in, week out, game in, game out. Those are the individuals that were picked very, very early in free agency, not the guys that are kind of just waiting out there and, and maybe somebody goes down. I'm knocking on wood. I don't want to see any NFL player go down due to injury, but it happens. That's basically what they're waiting for. So I don't understand. Like, what do Saints fans believe is out there that's just going to make you great? If the Saints are going to turn this corner, if the Saints are going to get back to their winning ways, it is going to have to be with this regime, with the players that they have, and through the NFL draft. I keep telling y'all this. Through the NFL draft is the key. You have to hit in the draft. Look around the National Football League. Who is around here like building up their team full of free agents and they just going out there dominating? Absolutely not. Look at the Philadelphia Eagles. Every player that is synonymous with their success as of right now was drafted by him, for the exception of Saquon Barkley. But you got Jalen Hurts drafted by him, right? Devontae Smith drafted by him. You can sprinkle a little bit of that A.J. Brown on there, Saquon Barkley, but look at their defense. Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Nakobe Dean, Cooper DeJean, Quinyon Mitchell. Look at these dudes. All these guys were drafted by this team. Offensive line, across the board, drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles. This is what's going to get you over the hump. You can sprinkle a free agent or two up in there to try to add to it. But that's only going to help you. That's benefits. You think about it. May not like the guy, but the addition of Jeremy Shockey coming to the Saints during that time, the addition of Jonathan Velma via trade coming to the New Orleans Saints at that time has helped the New Orleans Saints. Drew Brees, that's the biggest piece. But you had Reggie Bush, Marcus Colston, Robin Meacham. These guys, Pierre Thomas, these were the guys that you selected, rather it was unrestricted or you drafted. That's how the Saints found success. That's how they will continue to find success, is through the draft. That is what makes these teams that are synonymous with winning continue to win, is through the draft. The teams that we revere as we watch the NFL, they build through the draft. So free agent, yeah, sprinkle a free agent or two on there. Cool. But don't let your team be draped up and dripped out with free agents and think you're going to win something. You're not. Only one man can save us, and that's Garrett Grayson. No, sir. TJ's cast iron skillet. Thank you very much for the $2. Says, how come no one trusts me? Look, shouts out to my mom. Sorry, mom, I'll tell this story. Look, my mom will allow you to cook, but don't use that cast iron skillet. Because if you don't know what you're doing, don't use the cast iron skillet. Trust and believe, man. Don't use the cast iron. You can't use the cast iron skillet. Go use that pot that's been a bold soldier inside the cabinet or underneath the cabinet for about 10 or 15 years. Great grandmama pan, grandmama pan. I can remember, man, my grandma used to make some great macaroni and cheese with this when I was a kid. You 37. That's the pot that you need to use, not the cast iron skillet. All right. And when it comes to Pete Carmichael, I'm sorry, I can't trust you with the cast iron. I probably, I can trust you with the Rachel Ray. You know what I'm saying? Like you probably could cook a little something right there, but with the cast iron, can't trust you with that, man. Can't trust you with that. Getting Allen is like getting a 06 BMW with 200,000 miles, but just happy because you got a BMW. Exactly. A lot of wars, man. A lot of wars been happening on the field, man. Great player, man. And I'll be happy if the Saints get Keenan Allen, but I don't want Saints fans to expect Keenan Allen to be Keenan Allen for the Chargers. That just ain't happening. I'm sorry. In a perfect world, I wish we could have traded for Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase. Yeah, in a perfect world, yeah, but those guys are so talented, man. I can't see the I know who feel bad though. I know who feel bad. You got to believe Philadelphia feel bad because didn't they pick Jalen Reagor over Justin Jefferson? My goodness, man. I know that's something that goes back to haunt them. I know it does. Says, I don't even know if Trey Hendrickson makes sense because he is in a 4-3. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know if it'll make sense or not, but that man can get to the quarterback. I trust to believe that. I think the New Orleans Saints need to focus on the offensive line. And running the ball. If we do that, everything else is over. Yeah, boy. Now I agree with you on that, man. I believe you were saying offensive line, but the fact that the offensive line. I know that had to be a typo, but that's
when I seen him throw that ball, I was like, oh my God.
Oh, what up, Jerry G? Do you know Tyler Shough is a rookie quarterback just like Bobby Hebert on original classic quarterback on NFL Blitz on PS1? Man, what you got an endorsement deal, Jeremiah? That's the second time you mentioned, and the way that you just formulated that made it seem like it's an endorsement deal or something like that. Like, am I in a commercial? That's just like how it was on NFL Blitz on PS2 and PS3 that you can buy right now. All you have to do is go to eBay, use the promo code throwback. That's what it feels like, man. Yeah, I mean, it just seemed like, for the fact that you keep on putting PS1 on N64. Yeah, man, it ever just remind me, growing up as a kid playing 007 on N64, which you can actually buy on eBay right now. Like, seriously, man. Draft is obviously the biggest thing. You're not going to hit on all of them, but you got to hit on a handful each year. Shouts out to Zach, man. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, you got to hit, man. It's hit and miss, right? He said, my voice taste got me. Yeah, man. The offensive That was funny though, man. That was funny right there. That was funny. I was like, man, no way, Vardell. You text all the time, man. So I know there had to be a typo. That just was funny that it came up like that. Mac with cheese, heavy cream to be right. Yeah, man. Just not in the cast iron skillet. Brother TJ and family. Kai, how you doing, man? Hope your back is doing better. Can't trust you. Man, bruh. Man, you can't man, y'all some fools, man. Yeah, man, like you can't trust you with that, man. Can't trust them with. Oh man, that man took me back with that. Brother Cartel was happening with it. Let's see, spell check. Did you dirty for him? Now Eugene, it wasn't even offensive line. It was office. Like where I'm at right now, I'm off of line. So like Aaron Glenn made a good point. We can't be afraid of using our rookies when it's a young man's game now. Organization's late, but I like where we are. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. They didn't want to get here. They got to this point kicking and screaming, ladies and gentlemen, who that nation? But, you know, I don't care how you got here. You got here. And now that you're here, hopefully you can do something with it. Fred says if that offensive line is what they expect it to be, it's going to be really hard to be a bad team. Yeah, the alignments, the adjustments, the shifting of this offensive line. I like the moves. I like the, like, you know, what they're doing with Trevor Penny is like, man, look, bro, we're going to give you one more shot. All right, we're going to put you at guard, okay? It's a make it break a year for you. Playing with empty pockets pretty much. Well, technically, you're not playing with empty pockets. You're a first-round pick, so the check looked really good, but this is an opportunity for you to get paid again. Like, if Trevor Penny goes out and he plays well, the Saints will extend him. We know this. As long as Mickey Loomis is the head coach, you know you're getting extended. Because Mickey Loomis is the type of guy that wants to find a reason to keep these players that he selected around. He don't want to let them go. I mean, unless you're a safety, you know. Other than that, you know, he want to keep you around. So if Trevor Penny plays well or average, a little bit above average, I think he's going to get extended. Because Mickey Loomis wants to go to the podium and say, yeah, you know, we tried him out at left tackle and then we moved him to the right and, you know, that didn't work out there. So we wanted to put Tally there. Then we drafted Calvin Banks and we put Trevor on the inside at guard. And that's why I feel like he really started to thrive. So I really want him to get that second, third extension. And he plays really, really well. Yeah. I just believe in him. He's a really good player. And I'm just glad that we got the deal done. That's what he wants to do. That's what he wants to do. All right. So he wants to justify Trevor Penny in any way, shape, or form. All right. I mean, everybody looks at the results, but sometimes you got to look beyond the results. Okay. TJ, you sound like Donald Trump. Hey, they got kind of similar in cadence and voice if you think about it. Like if you look at now, Donald Trump is more like, you know, I mean, everything is really great. It's really, really great. I like. Let's see. That was Mickey Loomis. TJ was. Let's see. Big Jones, what's going on, man? Appreciate you for being here. Let's see. Silent impersonation, but you forgot the gun smacking. Okay. I was ready for this question. Chuck, no. Don Shula. That boy thought he was cooking too, boy. He thought it, like, Big, I'm sorry. You thought you were cooking, though. That man, I was ready for this. Tom Landry. He thought he was cooking for real, man. Homie thought he was cooking, boy. Boy, he pulled out that sheet. That boy thought I don't know who asked that question, but boy, he thought he had him. Little did he know that this man was about to go on a 7-game losing streak the next year. Look, there's a lot of ships that I'm willing to die on. There's a lot of swords that I'm willing to lay on. But a guy who is first stop as a head coach was 8-28. Now he joins your team and he looks just as bad. I don't think that's the hill to die on, man. I just don't. I don't think that's the hill to die on. When somebody show you who they are, believe them. And it just, man, it's like that person that just don't want to admit. It's like he Mario Winans or something. Y'all remember that song? I don't want to know if you can't coach, keep it on the low. I mean, seriously. Like, it's like, man, this man showed you all type of bad coaching, like all type of bad, like lost the locker room. Nah, he ain't lose it. Players quit. Nah, they ain't quit. Defensive side of the football where he is supposed to be the mastermind. These guys just quitting. Nah, they ain't quit. They hurt. Like, come on, man. How many times does the person got to not come home for you to realize that the relationship is over? My goodness. I must say, though, the commitment of Mickey Loomis is pretty admirable. I must say, man, for somebody to be willing to put their reputation on the line for a guy who is a loser as a head coach, I mean, unbelievable. But sometimes you got to have patience, but homie got the patience of Job. TJ, your Mickey even better than Big Q. It sounds like Mickey Trump and Tyson had a baby. Hey, man, but if you look at it, like, they have the same type of cadence if you think about it. Like, go back and listen to Mickey Loomis. They got kind of like the same cadence. Like, Trump is more like a little bit more deeper. Like, Mick is like kind of like, just had that soft voice, a little bit of a lisp. Like, if you pay attention to him, Donald Trump don't have a lisp. He's just like, we're going to make so much money. So much money. TJ, you are second to Big Q on Mickey, no offense. Hey, man, it's all good. Hey, man, Big Q does a really good impression. TJ and Big Q be on point with the Mickey Loomis impression. Let's see. Trevor Penning at offensive guard is huge. Better than old offensive tackle is a disaster, but Penning at offensive guard is better than all of the offensive guards. I'm going to go that far now. I don't know. He got to put that work in, but I think it's a start. For a dude that has confidence issues, Penning has found himself in a make or break situation. Yeah, man. I mean, he wasn't the best right tackle, but I think he pretty much salvaged his reputation as a member of the offensive line last season. I mean, he wasn't Ramchick, but I mean, he was solid and he played every game. And he didn't get benched. I mean, you can ask the question, like, if he was to get benched, who would come in? But still, he was able to go out there and weather the storm. And I seen him mauling some folk, man. And I expect for him to be mauling guys on as offensive guard. Where's the juicy fruit, TJ? Nah, we left that. Only 3 people I know do an impression of Mickey Loomis: Big Q, T Dirty, and TJ Jones. Do your best Tony Montana impersonation as a I can't. I ain't seen that movie in so long. You want to play? I can't do that. I got to go back and now. If I go back and watch the movie, and I can probably mimic his voice. You know, if I watch something more enough, I could be able to mimic like their voice. Like, like I watch so much. Like we talk about Disney Plus. Like I watch so much Mickey Mouse Clubhouse because of Paxton is absolutely ridiculous. Hi everybody, it's me, Mickey Mouse. Say, you want to come inside my clubhouse? You know, like, you know, like sometimes like you just listen to stuff and watch stuff so much. Muska, hey, Muska, hi, Muska, ho. I'm serious, man. I watch so much Disney Plus because of him, man. He be having me singing them songs in my car, man. I be dropping them off. I'm on my way to work, and man, I just be like just making all them different like characters and stuff like that. Songs he be singing. I was like, he plays it, man. What's the name of this? This got this show called Top Wing, and man, he plays like this song over and over and over again. And it's like, man, the song was like so like stuck in my head. I was like literally singing the song on my way to work. Let's see, no disrespect, TJ, but I hate hearing that name Trump makes me go to the bathroom. Okay, we ain't gonna make it political on that, man. It was just, you know, somebody brought him up, so you know, I just made I look. To each his own. TJ, I see you like to pull up off the right hand, going to have to force your left. Man, look, I don't even want people to, you know, nah, bruh, I ain't even getting into that. Somebody brought the name up, so I just, you know, did that, but nah. See, you see what I'm saying? Like that's how. That's how rumors start. Like, oh man, he must like him. Nah, man, like it ain't got nothing to do with that. Like, I stay away from that stuff. I stay away from that stuff. All right, I stay away from that stuff. hot dog, hot diggity dog. We got ears. Say cheers. Oh gosh. TJ, I already read that. It says, do you know Tim Katzrow, voice of NFL? Oh man, you're a fool, man. Let's see. Paxton coming in the room. You watching Mickey? Nah, man. I think he's asleep right now. My little man tuck it out, man. We had a real tough practice today, man. He got a flag football game tomorrow. Let's see. Mickey Loomis is impersonating a GM badly. He had some good, some good, some bad. Jeremiah gotta have a sponsor. What's your discount code? That's what I'm saying. I just gotta know, like, what's the discount code? All right, man. No more President of the United States comments will be read. All right. No more of that. All right. Let's see. Did Mickey Loomis yell for juicy fruit before the press conference? He was smacking his gum. He was trying to channel his Sean Payton and fail. Yeah, I ain't never seen Sean Payton chewing no gum at no press conference. At least he'll spit it out before he talk to you. Mickey knew he could die on that hill because in this organization and with that will, he literally can't die. Yeah, he a made man. He is a made man. He ain't going nowhere. Ain't no Joe Pesci going on up in here, right? You ain't about to walk in that room. Y'all already know. For those that watch the Goodfellas, you already know. Ain't no Joe Pesci scene going on with Mickey Loomis. I can tell you that. Rattler starting was always the plan. Drafting Shough was only to make sure Moore got his, regardless of how this season goes. The job is Spencer's to lose. I don't know, man. I think look. I think that both guys are going to get a fair opportunity. I don't think they're looking at it like, man, okay, boom, we got Spencer. He gonna start. Like, I don't think that, man. I think this is a real, true competition, and whoever plays best is going to end up starting. Now, I will say this: if Spencer Rattler and Tyler Shough by the end, and when it's all said and done, they pretty much on an equal playing field. You get 3 preseason games in this joint. Then all of a sudden, like, one guy played good, other guy played good the next game, and then it's a wash the third game. Tyler Shough gonna be the starting quarterback. Like there has got to be a huge difference between Spencer Rattler and Tyler Shough. Like if Spencer Rattler gonna like start, if they are on the same equal playing field, the performances are similar like it was with Jake Haener and Spencer Rattler, Tyler Shough starting. Plain and simple. Because you got to ask yourself this. If everybody is saying that Spencer Rattler has improved and has gotten better, right? And Tyler Shough comes in and they on the same equal playing field. And keeping in mind, you're saying that Spencer Rattler is better. Man, zoom out. Thank you. Spencer Rattler is better, right? And Tyler Shough is on the same playing field. You got to roll with him because that means that although Spencer Rattler has improved, Tyler Shough has come in on his level. So you already said that once again, you already said Spencer Rattler can improve. So if he's improved to a point where he's on a level of Tyler Shough, what does that mean for Tyler Shough? That means that Tyler Shough, by theory, is going to improve past Spencer Rattler's level. That's all I'm saying. That's why I say he has to be undeniable. He has got to be undeniable. If Tyler Shough goes out there and plays on a level of Spencer Rattler, if we see the improvement of Spencer, Tyler Shough is going to be the guy. Because you're saying Spencer has gotten better, but Tyler is on the same level. Keep doing you, TJ, because most of us like the humor. Like, look, I appreciate that, but I try away from, that stuff like that. But, we have fun doing impressions. Mickey probably not bad. You just got to give what the coach wants. Shouldn't hire Dennis Allen. No, you shouldn't hire Dennis Allen. Dennis Allen was an arrogant hire. Dennis Allen was a scary hire. The Saints were afraid to embrace the future, and they just wanted to keep the team the way that it was. And it was arrogant for them to feel. Like, think about this, man. All right? That's like in the 90s, if Jordan and Pippen left, right? And you're like, okay, Ron Harper, it's your time to shine. Like, come on, man. Like, no disrespect to Ron Harper, really good defensive player in his time, but Ron Harper ain't leading you to a boat at the ocean. Like, seriously. Like, he ain't going to be able to carry the team week in, week out, game in, game out. That was arrogance on the part of the Saints organization. For them to believe that the two greatest individuals that gave you the greatest success that you ever had in your franchise's history, you can just replace that with an 8-28 coach. Seriously, man. Like, that was straight arrogance. Like, man, it's like, okay, you made me make another me. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. What are we talking about here? That was arrogance. That was fear. Oh, we're going to keep everything together, except for the best quarterback in the history of the franchise and coach. But we're going to keep it all together. Are you freaking kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? There's levels to this, folks. There's levels to when players are on the field and coaching on the sidelines. There's levels to this. And for some apparent reason, the high-ups didn't get the memo. It was Pete Carmichael calling the plays. Woo, what? That was the time that you were supposed to hit the reset button. But fear, reigning supreme on airline, was the main reason why we're in this predicament right now. You tried your best to make sure that you didn't want to use the R word. And by R, I mean rebuild. You didn't want to use that word. But guess what? You didn't want to embrace the rebuild, but guess what? Rebuild knocked on the door, said, who is it? Rebuild. Open the door. Slap you right across the face. And you had no choice but to accept it. Make no mistake about it, folks. The rebuild came to the house and pimp slapped it and said, look, I am undeniable. It's like Thanos. When he snapped, he said, I am inevitable. Snap. He inevitable. Like, rebuild was inevitable. Thanos came to your door with the 6 Infinity Stones and snapped and hit the reset button. That is what happened to the New Orleans Saints. This was the best thing to happen to this team, man. Seriously. This is like, doesn't matter what this team looks like in 2025. This was the best thing to happen because it forced your hand. Now you have to adjust. And we really going to see how this team can restructure itself. How's it going to do it? The snap, Derek Carr. Friendship ahead of wins, just unfortunate. Yeah. Mickey Loomis is good at looking like he is super busy, but dude is lazy. I don't want to call him lazy. I just think that sometimes don't listen to me. You ain't got to listen to the fans, but sometimes things you got to be able to embrace, man. And I don't know, man. I don't know if he be rolling out of spite. I'm big on body language, folks. Like I know that my my vocabulary may not, match up, but I was a communications major. And, one of the classes that I took when I was at Jackson State was, about body language and interpersonal communications is what it was called, right? Different forms of communication. How does it work, right? And body language, language without talking, or even some of the things that you say. Like, you make it seem like, you don't pay attention to the outside noise, but you know exactly what everybody is saying. There's a level, like, I feel like he feels like he's in competition with the media and the fan base. And nobody wants to sit up here and criticize Mickey. Like, I ain't got nothing better to do with my life than to sit up here and criticize Mickey Loomis. Like, I don't want to criticize him. As a matter of fact, I want Mickey Loomis to go back to the way he was for 15 years, where he had a press conference every year and nobody cared. Nobody cared about Mickey Loomis' press conference, man. It might be on in the background or something like that when I'm cooking some French fries or something. Might be on. But ain't nobody was checking for no Mickey Loomis press conference like that. Man, end of the year press conference from Sean Payton sitting there 25, 30 minutes talking about other stuff. Cool. Listening to a Mickey Loomis press conference when you know that basically he's just going to deflect and put up the Captain America shield. Pew, pew, pew. All these different questions. Deflecting. Like, nobody want to see that. Like, what Mickey Loomis is doing right now, he has done like the entire time. Go back into the archives of the New Orleans Saints and take a look at a Mickey Loomis press conference and see how he rolls. See, the thing about it is it's annoying now because the team isn't what they need to be. But it's the same language. Like, nothing's changed about Mickey. Like, his press conference, the way that he answers questions from the media, none of that stuff changes. None of it changed. The only thing that changed is now he actually has your undivided attention. You're actually listening for him to give you or provide some hope about the future of the team and getting your feelings hurt. But this is the same guy, been doing the same stuff. So this is one of the main reasons I want Kellen Moore to work out. One, the Saints need a coach that's going to be able to lead this team into some prosperity. Number two, that means that we can stop caring once again about what Mickey Loomis has to say. And it can be background noise while you're making French fries. But thank you so much for checking out the State of the Saints podcast. Really do appreciate your time. Much love to each and every one of you. This was a great show. A lot of positive feedback, man. A lot of joking, having a good time, man. That's what it's all about here on the podcast. Contrary to popular belief, we ain't just sitting up here just hating on everybody, hating on everything. Hate. None of that, right? We have fun. We have a good time. We do real Saints talk over here. And if you're into that type of stuff, hit the subscribe button. And if I stepped on a few toes, hit the subscribe button. Because guess what? I'm probably going to say something that you like tomorrow. All right. But we're going to keep it real here on the State of the Saints podcast, man. We have fun, but we keep it 100. We love this football team, and, we have a different perspective about it. But at the end of the day, we all say who dat. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Once again, hit that like button. 260 people watching this right now, man. We should have at least 260 likes. Shouts out to everybody that's watching this on Twitch right now. Shouts out to the new platform, Twitch. Shouts out to everybody that checked out Saints Talk with TimothyJJones on Bleacher Report a little bit earlier in the evening. You can check that out on Bleacher Report by downloading the Bleacher Report app and selecting the New Orleans Saints. You'll be able to check out every single episode. All right. Shouts out to the Flex Zone for having us on the show a couple of days ago. Really had fun talking Saints football and professional wrestling. And we about to kick off, more podcasting about professional wrestling. I kind of taken a step back on that, but I'm about to start revving it up as we get closer to some of these PLEs. So if you're into wrestling, man, I'll be back on that grind. All right. Once again, shouts out to everybody in the chat. Shouts out to everybody at home. Just know when I
seen him throw that ball, I was like, oh my God.
Make sure you subscribe. Hit that like button once again. Till next time, all I got to say is when I seen him throw that ball.
Thank you for listening to my daddy's podcast. Please subscribe to our channel.
All I got to say is who dat.
Whoa. Wait a minute. I'm hearing a lot of people in the chat. I'm seeing a lot of people in the chat, I should say. They're giving shots out. So before we go, shouts out to them after show boys.
Shots out to them after show boys. Shots out to them after show boys. They be tweeting and be posting. They be tweeting and be posting. They be tweeting. Yeah, them after show boys. They be tweeting and be posting. They be tweeting and be posting. They be tweeting. Yeah, them after show boys.
Shouts out to all the after show boys and after show girls out there. Somebody said juvenile channel. You're probably right. So we don't need you over here. All right. Check out. I see you say bye. Goodbye. We don't need you over here. We're about quality, not quantity. Who dat?
Thank you for listening to my daddy's podcast. Please subscribe to our channel.
All I got to say is who dat.